first-time independent feature filmmakers Charles Conkin and James Barnish, Friday, September 6, 2002, marked the end of one chapter of their lives, and the beginning of another, one that would take them all the way to the New York International Independent Film and Video Festival. With the help of Casper College filmmaking instructor Dr. Lloyd Ogtay, Natrona County High School filmmaking instructor Lance Madzi, and their students, Josh Fieser, Tyler Esau, Adam Amick, and Matt Hurt, Charles and James wanted to bring back the business world of filmmaking to Casper's aspiring filmmakers. Join the filmmakers as they travel to New York and experience the festival, which has featured such notable actors as Andy Garcia, Cameron Diaz, Christopher Walken, George Clooney, Jennifer Aniston, and Willem Dafoe. It was a long road. Director Charles Conkin spoke at Casper College relating some of the trials and tribulations guerrilla filmmaking can put one through.
A lot of the places that we shoot, we use guerrilla filmmaking tactics, which is pretty much like you go in there and you shoot and you don't care what else, what happens, We got arrested a few times doing that. The Casper Police Department hated our guts, because we were just out downtown or out in like weird abandoned, insane asylums and stuff, and we had guns pulled on us, and you name it, it happened to us. We've had about a month since we were accepted to the New York Film Festival, and when we were accepted, we had nothing to show. We didn't have any press packet or anything, and it's just been like a whirlwind for our production to just get everything together, and we had to produce stills, we had to produce movie posters, we've had to just kind of corner the market because nothing's here to do it, So we were kind of doing it ourselves. So this is kind of some of the PR stuff. We've formed ourselves with the Wyoming Arts and Alliance, which was a really hard step to find somebody that would support us. And they just kind of helped us, get all this production going. And Lance Madzi helped us with the PR part of it. And Lloyd helped me with the technical side, with editing and stuff like that. So a lot of things just kind of fell into place. It's just, it's one step to the next, I guess. If you think about the big picture, you'll probably never get anything really worked out, because the big picture, there's just so much to do. Especially in filmmaking in those 2 years, we would go halfway crazy trying to get everything put into a category, or when we were going to do this and what time we were going to shoot that. When you don't have any budget and you don't have any time to do it, you got to think of ways to go around what you wanted to do, creativity with time. Nothing's ever going to really go the way it's planned, and the best thing that you have to do is just problem solve. It takes a lot of thinking to come around and decipher what you need to do with what you have.
After finding out they were going, the filmmakers decided they wanted to give something back, this documentary being a part of that. In order to assist the young artists, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Wyoming Arts Council, the Wyoming Alliance for Arts Education, along with the Nicolason Art Museum, presented the New York Night at the Nick VIP party.
Things aren't so cluttered, and I ask if I am blamed when the sea through rough water take me away, take me away.
The event was a success, raising around $3,000.
Pretty much New York Night at the Nick was a party that was put on, a get-together to let everybody in Casper know that we're going to New York with the film we made locally in Casper.
Off to New York. educators and the filmmakers were joined by lead actors Aaron Jude, Theo Jasper, family members and actresses Emily and Kristen Konkin, Ricky Jude, Star Tribune staff writer Zachary Schneider, and Wyoming Alliance for Arts Education representative Duncan Perot. The filmmakers were put up in the prestigious Pennsylvania Hotel, right across from the famous venue, Madison Square Garden. The group had enough time to get checked into the hotel, and then it was right across the street to the opening night gala. The opening night at the Madison Square Garden on November 6th brought filmmakers and screenwriters together. Members in the New York film, music, and entertainment industry were invited to attend, as the event had been designed to act as an open market. This created the opportunity for filmmakers and screenwriters, as well as performing artists, to not only promote their work and talent, but to network with relevant industry professionals. Several filmmakers at the event shared their insights with us about how best to make and market films.
Good luck, guys. Welcome to New York City, man.
Thank you.
All right, it's going to be a good festival.
I'm representing a movie called Spook, which is about Canada's secret involvement in the Vietnam War. I'm the writer, producer, director, lead actor, drove the Winnebago, made coffee, made cookies, fixed the toilet when it broke.
The name of my film is 13 Seconds. It's an independent horror film that has played a lot of different festivals, both domestically and internationally. We've had some really great reviews on it. We've had a lot of great people come out and support the film. I don't know if you're familiar with Joe Bob Briggs from TNT's Monster Vision. He's called it a very disturbing film that just tears apart every horror cliche around.
Our film is kind of a homage to this old French film back in 1959, I think it was, called Hiroshima Mon Amour. It's like it's a love story. It's a French film, black and white style, also independent in those days. And this is an independent, kind of an homage, updating it to what the director wanted to do is bring it to the young people of today, because it was kind of aimed at the young people then.
It's a kind of cutting-edge Bible Belt film. It portrays the good, the bad, and the ugly of religion. It doesn't pander to the right.
And if you're a first-time filmmaker, it's really tough for someone to say, yeah, we'll take a chance on that. Even if it's, a decent movie.
You know, good guys.
I have a couple movies coming out. One is called Cracks with John Hurd, Ice-T. I play Arthur, a prisoner, a crazy prisoner. And it's a feature film, and hopefully it'll be in the theaters in the next couple of months.
Virgo, we have a movie here called Back to Manhattan and Full Mastery. I'm in 2 movies this year at the New York International Film Festival. I'm glad to be here. We have my friend here, Shortney Thompson, also an actor. All right.
We had to get sponsorship from the Wyoming Alliance for Arts Education, and it wasn't cheap. It was about $8,000 package that we bought, but it's turning out for the good. I mean, this industry is not cheap and it's not easy, but if you strive, then you can do what you need to do, and we're here right now, and that's the good part about it.
On HD, 24p, got Dan Stoloff, who was the cinematographer for Tumbleweeds with Janet McTeer, and The Miracle with Kurt Russell. He was our DP.
Well, I suggested that you, because I was here last year, it's very important to go to the seminars because you meet industry people. You go to all the after parties, but most importantly is watch a lot of films as well. Just, try to introduce yourself to the different filmmakers as well. Because you never know, you can collaborate with them.
I'm world traveler. I speak several languages. I also do martial arts. All Northeast Kung Fu champion, 2nd place. I'm a little bit like a Renaissance man. I have many interests. I like to play keyboards. I like to play tennis.
Here for the International Music Festival, we went to Las Vegas, LA, and we won for Best Female Pop Group, Best Female Artist, and for a record deal with ITN Records. So now we're here in New York doing the same.
Please tell me, girl, what I gotta do? Do I gotta buy you some diamonds and pearls?
Love is the only way. We don't have to be afraid of.
Couldn't eat no food, so I drank a cup of tea. Even disconnect the phone from my friends and family. Turkey almost died with grief. Please tell me, girl. Good gosh.
One way to market films or get people interested in your film is to write what's called a pitch or tagline. If you can hook someone, you have gone a long way towards raising funds or filling those seats. This was the most popular during the gala.
And I really believed in this film. I saw his movie and I met this guy, and he's a really incredible guy. And the one thing I can say to young filmmakers is this guy just made a decision to get a film done, and he just did it. And now he's got a short, and he's going to take that short, and he's going to use that short to get the funding for his feature film.
The festivals hosted a number of informative seminars, including the Filmmakers Luncheon at the Telephone Bar and Grill. Green Street Films producer Tim Williams was the keynote speaker and tells us that you have to know who your audience is.
Before you make a film, ask yourself the question, who's going to want to see it? And you may not know the answer to it, but try to answer the question. Try to come up with an idea of who it is that's going to see it, so that when you're making the film, yes, stay true to the story and keep it interesting, but at the same time, know who your audience is, because that's going to inform the story you're telling. Any festival, I think, is a good thing, and I think the importance of the festivals are to, it's a way to get a group of people to see your movie, hear an audience react to your movie, and judge how your movie is working to the general public. And unless you go out and rent a theater, there's kind of really not many other ways to do it. And a festival, whatever it is, gives you a certain credibility that the film is worthy and has gone through an acceptance process. That's going to help bring people who might not normally go to, might not normally watch, a submitted film that might not have distribution. If it's in a festival, then they know they've been vetted by somebody, and therefore it has that much more appeal. So festivals are really good things. It's just, different festivals have different angles, and different festivals have different sizes, in terms of how big they are and who comes to them.
It seemed one couldn't go anywhere during the festival without hearing another creative tagline.
Can we give you a fortune cookie?
Sure.
It has all of our screening information in your fortune inside.
Okay. When is the screening?
10 p.m. tonight, right down the street. It's a comedy, it's our first feature.
After the luncheon, it was Kinko's to the rescue, as Charles shares with us a tiny mistake in the publicity.
Well, right now the festival pretty much botched our flyers. They misspelled stuff, and they didn't put the time and location of the film. So we're going to go to Kinko's and get some stickers made so we can, help ourselves out, since the festival really didn't do much for us.
What was that call about?
That call was about getting in touch with a producer who is fairly older that is possibly willing to give us $1 million for our next movie, and also to get in touch with the New York Times through Ano. The people at the New York Times were interested in us, and we missed them at the film festival event last night, so we're trying to get in contact with them so that we can work our thing.
Hi, nice to meet you. It's about two guys from New Jersey who will hook up with two city sisters, and I'm the dumb one.
Between the gala and the New York premiere, the filmmakers and the student crew enjoyed some time seeing the New York sights, and with Dr. Agte's help, figuring out the transportation systems. While enjoying the ride on the John F. Kennedy, AJ had time to reflect on the festival thus far and the total filmmaking experience.
The only thing that we've been really concerned about is promoting ourselves, promoting the movie, and making sure that we fill the seats. Network with as many people as possible, make sure that the connections that we do make are established. Try to get in contact with the gentleman who is going to possibly fund our next movie, and just work.
Will you be ready to go back to
Like other people everywhere you go, not everybody wants to be videotaped. Adam found that out while trying to get video of the boat sign.
Hey, get that away from me, will you? Hey! Don't take no pictures of people.
Casper College student videographer Josh Fieser was so moved when the group went to Ground Zero that he created the following montage as a tribute.
Life that's selfless. Paint me a picture of how it should be. 'Cause I'm finding your stand.
It's a city within a city, underground, inside the World Trade Center.
As I suffer from this.
That's the Millennium Hilton Hotel. It's 485 feet. It's called the new kid on the block. Why? Because you gotta be at least 25 years old to join the club. Well, let me introduce you to the Millennium Hilton Hotel. It's an optical illusion for that 485-story building to look bigger than this one that's 650 feet. That's the U.S. Steel building built in 1973. That black building right there is this building right here. Keep the two together and like Legos, stick them on top of each other. Stop. Add 10 more floors to the two twins.
Draw me a sketch of what you see.
Thousands of people lost their lives here. That list you see out there is incomplete. That list can only recognize the DNA that's been identified at the time that list was made. Does not include a whole bunch of loved ones or 7 more firemen that are MIA today.
Disease called me. Yeah, it's me. Chase me down. Clean me out.
The festival itself provides a platform for independent filmmakers to showcase their work in a competitive environment and also gives filmmakers the potential for distribution.
We're the largest independent film festival in the world, and that means basically we screen 6 times a year in 4 different cities. So we screen in New York, Los Angeles, Miami, and Las Vegas. We screen in New York and Miami twice a year.
This is my first time at the film festival in New York, and one of the things that I found the most important thing about a festival like this is that you get to network. You meet people who are doing the same thing you're doing, and you get to market your film, but you also get to meet directors, you get to meet actors, agents, publicity people, distributors, and that to me, keeping up that network of people is the most important thing. So we're all in this together, and I think we have to support each other.
We've only been running for 10 years so far. This is actually going to be our 11th festival, 11th year in New York. We're a completely independent festival, which makes the whole public publicity promotion thing a little difficult because we're not working with the huge corporate sponsors that can get you a Sundance Channel, for example.
So far, every night has been parties. I haven't seen a single distributor. We've never been provided a list of anybody to contact to sell our film.
Right.
And you know, film is a business. We're here to do business.
Right.
I mean, I'm not here to show our film to other filmmakers. Although I'm glad for them to come and see it, I want our film to be sold.
I went to the filmmakers lunch on Friday, and I met Ted Williams, who distributes. I'm basically a writer. I wrote and directed my play, my screenplay, my movie, but I found that I need distribution, and I want to get my writing out there. And Ted is like just a wealth of knowledge about how to distribute. And he's going to actually solicit some screenplays. So I think I'll be able to market my films a little bit more, and also my writing. And I think he would be a good person to get in touch with so that you can learn a little bit more about the industry.
We have a good product, and what we do really is we take great independent films and the ones we like and the ones we want to promote, and we put them in front of press and industry. So I think our festival is a great learning tool. I think while it doesn't have the big names and the tons and tons of money, it is something that's great for independent filmmakers who want to be exposed to that aspect of it.
When Charles got the flu before the premiere, AJ was worried.
Charlie's not here right now. He's fallen ill. He has a pretty high fever, and at this point the light is hurting him, so we're hoping that he'll be okay for tomorrow so he can be there to promote his film and support his own work. Otherwise I might have to improvise, but we'll see what happens. We're all praying.
this was it. Tense moments go by as the filmmakers wait for the New York premiere of A Cold White Place.
All right, this is it. I'm going to put the movie in. We'll see what happens.
Okay, here we go with the camera.
Yes, yes.
You got the video cable too.
Yeah. It's gonna look good. Yes, we got it all set. I got the level set. Ours needs to be on 7.
Except one guy was complaining we didn't have surround sound, but can't do everything.
Well, should we go stand out front?
Greet our patrons.
Yes.
Will do.
Okay.
Before the film, Charles shares his passion for filmmaking with the audience.
It's just something we want to do our whole lives, so I hope you see the talent and time that we put into this project. Just have a good time, enjoy it.
Yeah, that's good.
The premiere was a success, and A Cold White Place ended up winning the Best Experimental Film Award.
8 of 10 in the snow and you're having to do something physical like that, your body gets so sore.
Very good, very good. He reminds me of some parts, like Harrison Ford when he was young. Some part, the way he facial expression.
That's cool.
We've talked to Miramax and they're interested in us right now, so hopefully we can keep up on that and maybe get something out of that. Seeing the city is, you know, very special. I've always wanted to come to New York, and it's even better to come to New York since you've made a movie and then you got to show it in New York. So when we make our DVD, we're going to have this documentary there alongside it for, you know, some like behind the scenes things so people can kind of see where we're coming from and see what we went through to get our film submitted and premiered. I mean, this is the first film festival that the film's been in, so it'll be a good record of that and what's going on. And it will also be a good tool for, you know, the Casper youth and filmmakers to be able to watch this and identify with, you know, the perils of filmmaking and, you know, the good and bad things about the business side of film.
If you strive, then you can do what you need to do, and we're here right now, and that's the good part about it.
It's just making a decision and doing whatever it takes to get it done, and that's why he's going to be successful. And I saw this in this guy, and not many people are brave enough to do that, but he was.
If you quit, then you're a loser. You never know what you could have became or become, you know what I mean? So you got to keep trying, you know, and just keep God first, you know what I'm saying?
Don't quit. You know, so we all have these days where we sort of go like, what am I, nuts? Like I just sold my van.
So I got this big pile of paper that I'm gonna go home and use to help start the fire to warm up the house that I can't afford because I'm a filmmaker.
If you're an actor, be an actor. If you're a filmmaker, be a filmmaker. If you're a waiter, you're not an actor.
When you're looking for people to do post or like people who are professionals working in the business, the people who talk about everything they've done and how great it is the most are the people who are the stupidest and actually don't know what they're doing. The people who just go, yeah, I've done that, and then shut up, they're usually the real professionals.
Every film has its own story about how someone did it, whether they just started running a videotape in a van with the doors open, or getting into a festival like this and starting to show snippets to people, or you apply for bigger festivals, the more prominent ones. So really there's no set way, there's no textbook formula. Yeah. Every filmmaker has to really come up with their own set of, you know, ways to get it seen.
We're here to say that it is possible to do it. I mean, you don't need Hollywood to do it. You don't need anybody but like 3 or 4 people, you know. As long as you got somebody that can act, somebody that can, you know, work a camera and a good script, you can do it. You know, it's possible.